Their names are Jake and Lucy. Home is Colorado Springs with the McAdam family, who adopted both of them. But now both of these dogs, family pets, are staring down a possible death sentence, accused of killing a neighborhood cat.
Had your dogs ever harmed or killed an animal before?
No.
Had they ever been aggressive before?
No. They've never harmed anything.
But the Pikes Peak Regional Humane Society says it has no choice. The dogs are considered dangerous under Colorado law, so the district attorney has filed criminal misdemeanor charges against Caitlin McAdam and is threatening to euthanize the dogs. This is all because someone thinks they saw McAdam's dogs kill that cat back in January. Caitlin and her husband had no idea anything was wrong until animal control showed up at their house to seize the family's dogs. She says her dogs didn't kill the cat.
I thought we could just go to the Humane Society, prove that, and get them back.
She could not have been more wrong. Caitlin was later told there'd have to be a probable cause hearing to determine if the county could hold her dogs. And there's more. Caitlin had just 10 days to come up with $1,200 to cover the fees for her dog's incarceration. No payment, and the dogs would be euthanized within days. The case of Jake and Lucy is hardly unique. In fact, an investigation by CNN Money, which looked at 15 different cities around the country, found thousands of active warrants against pet owners. These warrants are for infractions that include a barking dog, a dog without a license, and an animal loose in the neighborhood. And this may be about a lot more than pets. It may be about money, a lot of it. The fines and fees raise millions of dollars across the country for cash-poor towns and cities. But Caitlin is convinced some animal control officials are targeting low-income families, those who can't afford to pay.
And the fact that I could be looking at jail time for something like this is just ridiculous. I feel like if I were somebody living in a gated community or something, that this wouldn't even be an issue, this wouldn't be happening.
And as steep as the fines are, people like Caitlin McAdam say animal control knows they'll find a way to come up with the money to save their beloved animals.
Did you have that kind of money?
I found that kind of money, but no, I did not have that kind of money. I had to come up with it.
At the Pikes Peak Regional Humane Society in Colorado Springs, we asked for an explanation as to why Jake and Lucy, who have never been in trouble before, are facing a death sentence.
There's no mistake. People are notified to get the money within 10 days of the hearing.
And what if they can't get the money?
There's always ways for people to be able to come up with the money to do this.
Always? That's not exactly the case. In Stockton, California, this Siberian Husky mix was seized by animal control in 2013 after he'd escaped from a backyard. His owner, Geraldine Turquette, couldn't afford to pay the fine to get him out. It was about $180.
I was crying. My husband was crying. I begged him. Please, can we do anything?
She says animal control refused to budge on the fine, even after Geraldine had told them she'd lost her job. In the end, her family dog, Chunk, just 4 years old, was euthanized over less than $200.
It was like killing one of my kids. It really was. We were devastated.
The animal services manager for the city, who was hired after Geraldine's dog was put to death, told us it was a terrible mistake.
It appears that it was more about getting the $171 or the $183 that was being asked instead of getting the animal returned to the owner, which now that is what would occur.
Come on, Lucy!
Back in Colorado, after nearly 3 months locked up, the dogs, Lucy and Jake, got a reprieve.
Who's that?
They are home, temporarily, only because the judge ruled they wouldn't be a danger to the community if they were under strict supervision. Now they have to wear muzzles when walking outside. They can't be walked together, and if outside off-leash, they have to stay in the yard where there's a 6-foot fence. Meanwhile, Caitlin's attorney says the DA is trying to cut a deal.
The DA's offer is plead guilty and we will kill your dogs, and that's your offer.
So she can avoid jail time if she agrees to have her dogs be put down?
Yes.
Otherwise, she risks going to jail?
It's up to 6 months, yes.
To pay the attorney's fees and fines, Caitlin's family sold one of their cars and used their tax refund to come up with the rest of the money. In all, she says she spent about $9,000 so far to save her dogs.
Is it worth it?
I mean, yeah, I can't let them just come into my house and kill my dogs.
What do they mean to you and your family?
Well, they are our family. Sorry. They are our family. I mean, they're living animals. They have souls. They can't just come into our house and take them and kill them without even proving that they did anything.
Citing an ongoing investigation, the district attorney's office wouldn't comment.